You made it. It's Friday. So once you finish today's work, I hope you have a great weekend. So since we had to do those two district tests, I decided to combine two of our usual assignments. We're going to do a reading response and a class discussion, but together. So today, when you go to class discussion and it says reading response, it's not a mistake. They're together this week. So if you click on that, when you type your reply, what you're going to be writing is a reading response to chapters 5 and 6, last week's chapter and this week's chapter. So once again, it's a reading response. So you're just going to share any thought, opinion, ideas that you've had about the last two chapters. There isn't a right or a wrong way to do this necessarily, unless like you don't need to summarize what happened. I've already read it. Your classmates have already read it. We're interested in what you have to say and what you think. If you do feel stuck, because I know that sometimes people feel stuck about what to write about, I have included here some sample questions that you could answer. This week, one thing that I did change, I made it so that you had to write your response, your reading response here in the reply area before it will show you what other people have written. So it's going to look like no one else has replied, but once you've typed in your answer, then you can see other people's work. I kind of wanted to do this because I didn't want you to like steal other people's ideas for their reading response, since I am asking you to write a little bit more than a normal discussion, because I want it to be reading response length, like a nice paragraph. I just didn't want anybody taking anybody else's ideas. Um, and so to make it seem more like a discussion instead of just posting your answer, once you have posted your reading response, then I encourage you go and take a look at your classmates. I'd like for you to try to respond to two classmates' reading responses. And also notice the quality of other people's reading responses. One thing I've noticed is I get some kids who are turning in like 3, 4 sentences, wah, wah, of like okay ideas. And then I have other kids who are turning in these really chunky, exciting pieces of writing where they're really sharing a lot of cool thoughts that they're having about the book. Um, so I wanted you to be able to see what some of your classmates have been doing. I've been really impressed with some of your work, and I really do appreciate the hard work that you're putting into this because I know it's not easy to to put in your best when you're sitting at home. So I really do appreciate it. So just to recap, the class discussion and your reading response, same thing this week. You'll type your reading response here where it says reply. It needs to be reading response length. I have some prompts that you could answer if you aren't sure what to write. And be sure to comment on some of your classmates' work. Okay? Good luck. Have a good weekend.